John Fox. Today I wanted to review for you a new book called Crossing the Swamp by my friend John Shen. This is an interesting and engaging tale of how John came from China and made himself into an American dream. It's an inspiring story of the human side of entrepreneurship, and it explains his rise through some pretty incredible accomplishments in Beijing, moving to the United States and succeeding at Duke University, and then getting into the real estate business. What I think is interesting is that it's inspirational because John really goes into depth about his own personal experiences, the human side of entrepreneurship that oftentimes isn't addressed in books by successful business people. He talks about the rise and fall several times of his business ventures, including some really bad times during the Great Recession when he was deeply involved in real estate, and then how he transformed himself through a unique insight into the SBA lending programs, crossed with some immigration strategies to help out people from his native China, and turned that into a very successful business. Beyond that, he went and actually created a next set of ventures, which is now helping the startup ecosystem. There's a very active venture capital firm now that John heads called Sunstone. And that's the world I play in. And that's how I met John, and was happy enough to have him give me this book recently. But I don't do a lot of reviews. I'm not doing this just because he's a friend. I really enjoyed the book, and I found a lot of insight and I think value in it, especially for entrepreneurs, and even more so for those of you who might be immigrants facing the many difficulties that immigrants face when coming to the United States and trying to build a business and chasing that American dream. It has helpful details about his expansion into various areas, the rise and fall, like I said, and especially the concept that he introduces. And I think he coined this idea, parallel entrepreneurship. In fact, the subtitle of the book is My Path to Innovating as a Parallel Entrepreneur. And by this, he means doing several businesses at once. So John's the kind of guy where I guess one business isn't enough. He's doing several at the same time and doing them well. And really now focusing on giving back to the startup ecosystems and to other entrepreneurs. And that's the part I really like. I've written books about that over there, books like that myself. And that's why I have a lot of sympathy and appreciation for this book. So he doesn't have any actual superpowers, but I think by reading Crossing the Swamp, you can learn how a successful entrepreneur thinks and how someone like John gets through the hard times and keeps moving to find success. This is the real goal of entrepreneurship, is trying to learn how to stick through the bad times so that you can get to the big good times where you have disproportionate success. And then most importantly, turn that to help others and expand the wealth for everybody. That's the kind of book that Crossing the Swamp is. So if you haven't read it yet, I give it 5 stars and I recommend it to you too.